NBC4 News.
Okay, thank you. Breaking news here in Granada Hills. Gil Davis overhead the scene. A news shot before a police pursuit. Gil?
That's right, Michael. We're looking at this vehicle here, this blue Toyota, we believe it is, a stolen vehicle. It's a LoJack vehicle. The LAPD has been in pursuit for the last 10 minutes at least on this vehicle. They did have units behind this suspect, but now they have pulled off and they've gone into tracking mode with the helicopter overhead. He's northbound now, Louise from Chatsworth, and continuing on. They are continuing to track this vehicle, and they do have units in close proximity to this vehicle, and you can see the driver there on a cell phone. We believe he's the only one in the vehicle. Again, this pursuit starting in about 10 minutes, but prior to that, they tracked him for another good 10 minutes before they actually tried to stop the vehicle. That's when the car took off, and now we're continuing on this this street with a lot of trees on it here and there. There's an opening there. We can take a look. Some trees there in the way, but we're going to get around there. But there wasn't a whole lot of erratic driving. We've seen this driver run some stop signs, a couple of red lights, but continuing to drive at a rather slow rate of speed, but only because there's no units directly behind him.
Residential area, which we've seen all too many times, makes you nervous because people can be out on a Sunday. Kids are playing, people walking, bicycling. We haven't seen that per se. But you do have to worry about that. One thing you said, he hasn't been traveling at a high rate of speed, correct?
That's correct, Kathy. He's continued at this rate of speed, but you can see how he turns those corners. He has run stop signs. He has gone around other vehicles. He's gone on the wrong side of the street, but not in a fashion like you would normally see in like a high-speed chase. He's just doing so, being cautious, but also not, stopping at those intersections, but continuing on. So you can see there he is running a stop sign. There's a person on the curb there backing off. Now, they might be moving some units in here behind him. We'll see if that driving pattern changes. Northbound Louise from Wardlow is the location. Right turn there, right in front of those people. So again, he seems like he's stepping it up a little bit with his erratic driving there and continuing on.
Yeah, Gail, can you give us a location? It looks as if he's on a major street, sort of out of those tight residential spots.
He's now San Fernando Mission from Louise. Now he's eastbound right now.
Yeah, we saw him come really close to that one car, and then, like you said, he made that turn, and then he turned right in front of another car. We're starting to see a little bit of erratic driving. Is there anyone behind him right now, any officers?
Let me pull out and show you what really is in the area. Not much, but the guy knows that actually it looks like there's a couple units there that are getting on the street that he's on now and back to the vehicle. They are there. He is aware that they are behind him. He's continuing to look around. He is aware that the airship's overhead, and he is also on the phone. He was on the phone at least a minute ago. Now he's off, and he's doing some erratic behavior there in the vehicle as well. He's digging around. It looks like the floorboard, but continuing on, and then there he goes, swerving, making a quick right turn there. He just dropped something out of that vehicle, yeah.
Yeah, so again, driving has become a little more erratic. His behavior inside the car has become a little more questionable and, of course, erratic as well. Dumping something out of the window there not too long ago. But again, ground units look as if they're approaching a little quicker, a little sooner here, Gil.
You know what? It looks like they're trying to get in a little tighter on the vehicle. Just as you were talking there, Michael, it looked like he reached into the back seat and grabbed something out of the back. You know, I can hear them right now actually talking about doing a pit maneuver going under the freeway there, and we'll see here. He's not coming out.
Yeah, they're a little too far away right now. As we stay with your picture, we'll get back to this chase. We'll catch up with them in just a moment. Once again, we've been following this. It started about half an hour ago. This is a stolen vehicle, a LoJack vehicle, a blue Toyota. From what we understand, only one person inside. And all of this happening at the Van Nuys Airport, at least near the Van Nuys Airport. Police have been on his tail since then, either in patrol cars behind him or following in the airship.
Yeah, went from tracking mode not too long ago with the airship overhead now to it appears as if ground units are squeezing in on him a little more.
Now that two things. The LAPD ground units are going to start to engage this driver, and the lead vehicle in that pursuit, that lead LAPD unit, is pit qualified. So there you go. There he is right there as I'm talking about it. They're in there now, and let's see what happens with his driving habits.
And Gil, conditions must be spot on for a pit maneuver, correct?
It has to be spot on. You can see here, not a whole lot of traffic, and you can see that officer getting into position for that pit. He might do it right here. Here it goes. There it is. There's the pit. Perfect job. Perfect.
Yes.
Spinning him out. The driver with his hand out the window. That's going to disable that vehicle. You can see how it's just kind of going into like a neutral. He's going to see if, let's see, he's going to try to start it. You can see that. Having a hard time starting. That's the idea. Nope, he got it started. So usually that knocks the vehicle out of commission, but he's back in business here again, going towards that San Fernando mission. Here we go. Here's the vehicle again coming in, the LAPD vehicle. Westbound San Fernando mission from Balboa. That was Balboa that they did that pit maneuver on. And let's see if they try it again. But you can see the suspect has sped up here. The speed's increasing as that pit maneuver unfortunately failed. And he's continuing.
This driver throws something out of the window. A police cruiser now on the tail of this vehicle. Again, things have become a little more erratic. We see the driver there. It appears to be he's on a cell phone, and that was something he was doing prior to the picture that you're looking at now. So again, LAPD in pursuit of this stolen vehicle suspect, this blue Toyota, primarily in the Granada Hills area. We've seen this driver primarily on San Fernando Mission Road. A pit maneuver was just executed not too far.
Kathy, it looks like there's 2 units right now, but I know there's more in trail. And I apologize for the breakup there, but we're going to continue on here. Now, you were saying earlier that on the turns, doing a pit maneuver on a turn is a good spot to do it because the driver does have to slow down in order to make that turn, and that's usually where we'll see a pit maneuver whenever a car is turning. That's a good spot to do that. But again, continuing here on, trying to get the street for you here, westbound, coming up to an intersection here. Let's see what he does. He's got a green light. That's good. Right through that intersection. That was Zelza. This is Devonshire. He's on westbound Devonshire from Zelza. And continuing on, it looks like the driver's back on his cell phone. Or at least he was there a minute ago.
Yeah, not behaving as erratically as he was. We were really seeing him, a lot of action inside the car. We saw him throw items out. It looked like papers. Well,
a lot of hand
right as I
gestures
said
going
that,
on. Yes.
It started up again. That's what we were seeing earlier.
Yeah, it looks as if he's back on his cell phone, hands on the steering wheel, off the steering wheel, back on, you know, throwing up with the hands. Now he's leaning out.
Out the window, yeah.
Obviously on the cell phone now. So, again, I don't know if this guy here actually has a plan.
Yeah, here's a better shot. I doubled in even more to show him. I mean, he's angry. You know, he's angry, and I don't know who he's talking to there, but he's definitely driving angry. Wrong side of the road. Look at that. I'm going to come back out here. Look at those officers right there waiting for him on that turn. This is, he's turning into a neighbor. Okay, he's turning into the police station. That's where he's at.
Of all places.
Now he's got, of all places, he's got his hands out right in
is
front of Devonshire
fast.
Station.
Yeah, it looks like he's got his hands out ready to give up.
And
Never a safe
it.
situation, though. It's not done until it's done. These officers want to make sure that this is handled all by procedure, so they'll be issuing commands, right, Gil?
Yes, definitely. They're telling him to do so right now. He's complying with their demands. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. But again, right in front of the police station, which is very convenient for the officers.
And as I mentioned before, of all places, again, on his cell phone, we saw some pretty erratic and dramatic hand gestures come from this guy just seconds before he made that turn there into the police station. So, again, on the cell phone, possibly with somebody who was talking him into arriving there at that particular location.
That would be nice. It's a nice end to that. Nobody injured. You know, you always have to hold your breath when something like this happens. A Sunday when a lot of people are out, and this pursuit stayed in a residential area throughout in the Granada Hills area.
All right, so, Gil, at this point, we see the suspect there on the ground. The officers are barking commands at him. They will obviously, again, check the car as well.
Yeah, and in fact, they're about to do that right now. They're going to move in on both the suspect and the car. There you can see the officers on the right-hand side of your screen. They're pretty confident there's no one else in the vehicle as those officers stand there. They're taking him into custody. They'll clear the trunk of the vehicle to make sure no one's in there, and that'll be that. And I guess they'll just walk him into the station here unless they want to take him to the West Valley station. That's who initiated this pursuit, was West Valley LAPD. But there's the trunk opening. They're checking it, and this one's over right in front of the police station.
All right, Gil Levis, thank you so much. Of course, we'll have more on this pursuit on later editions here on the Channel 4 News.